Okay, guys, hold on. I'm sending the link to Housewife Historian. Guys, give me 1 second. Sorry. I know I'm live. I'm sorry. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry. Okay. All right, guys. Hi. It's me, Krista Marie, Reality with Krista Marie. I have a guest co-host coming, Lindsay. Lindsay, it's the Housewife Historian. Okay, she's coming now. Just wanted to make sure. Let me get everything up. We're just getting our stuff together. Don't mind us. But hey, everyone. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and you guys, I'll be on Twitter. I can't talk. I'll be on TikTok and Reddit after that. She's coming now, guys. And we're going to talk about, I do breaking the fourth wall, but it's just, hey, girl. We're just going to go through like Bravo news stories. Hold on, let me just pull them up. Okay. I always go through Reality Blurb. And up here she comes. Okay. I always go through Reality Blurb, but I think I'm going to do like page 6 too. Okay. Wait, add her. Hey, can you hear me?
Hey, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. I sound too loud or too loud? Am I good?
No, I think you sound great.
Yeah, you sound good. Okay.
You look amazing, by the way.
I do. So thank you.
Yes. For 8 o'clock in the morning, you're killing it.
I give you guys, I swear to God, I tell you all the time, like, I give you moms credit that you are a mom. Girls, and you guys know this. She's a mom. She actually, I didn't even know, has an actual full-time job that's not this. And guys, we don't get paid for this. So it's like, this is passion, right? Like, this is pure passion for us. Eventually we'll get paid eventually, but we'll see. But,
right.
So everybody, you guys know who Housewife Historian is. I'm sure you guys do. Most of my subscribers, I think, subscribe to anyway. But you guys need to follow her on her YouTube channel. You're on Instagram. You're on, I think you're on Facebook, right? Did I find you on Facebook, or is that just a snack bowl?
I don't think so. I'm just on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube. So Housewife Historian on any of those links, and you should be able to find me. I'll put a link in the chat before we wrap it up.
I know. I won't say. I could have just told you. Like, I can just tell them where to find you. I'm not used to this. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry, sissy.
Okay.
You're running it. I'm just here for the ride.
I was looking through like the news stories, and I realized like not much happened this weekend. But I was going to go through like, I guess, some Reality Blurb stuff, and then I went on page 6 and found some stuff.
Yes.
But did I miss anything? Like, can you think of anything interesting that happened this weekend that we don't really?
Well, Potomac aired last night, so any Potomac fans are, I'm sure, if they saw last night's episode, they're, digging. Did you get a chance to watch it at all?
Okay, I did. All right, we can talk Potomac. I did. I was watching it when I was getting ready, and what I gather from it is that Mia's throwing her friend under the bus, the one that, I forget her name, Jacqueline. Throwing Jacqueline under the bus, kind of bullying her a little bit, and like giving her business out or something. And then she's really ostracizing Wendy, right? Like I saw that. I saw Candace getting really upset about it. What do you think? Tell me what you think, because
it's a lot right now, because listen, Jacqueline's mother was on Make It Make Sense. I didn't get to hear all of the interview yet, but I listened to like the first 20 minutes. So obviously Mia has done something that has infuriated her like lifelong friend and her mother for her to go on Make It Make Sense. And then also Wendy's mom was going at Mia on Instagram. I don't know if you got a chance to see that or not.
Mm-mm. Oh no.
Yeah. So it's like behind the scenes, and they're like accusing Karen of cheating. That's allegedly. Yeah. And I don't know about that. Do you think Karen cheats on Ray?
No. See, this is the thing. Like, I feel like the cheating rumors that we hear about the housewives that are old are just that. Like, because I feel like if they've been around that long, you guys know that the Bravo universe doesn't play. Like, you can't shit wrong without us finding out or digging for it. Like, you know what I mean? There's no way. As I say it all the time, like, I feel like we would have had concrete proof of that a long time ago, because this isn't the first time I've heard this.
I know. And I feel like this is like their mean girl MO is always somebody's
Yep.
cheating. They tried to do it with Monique. They were doing it with Chris Bassett. And now they are rolling it over to Karen. And they did it with Michael Darby and Ashley too. It just happened to be kind of true. So it worked out good, but
Michael Darby helped that along.
Right. So, I mean, 1 out of 5. But it just seems to be like the reoccurring theme is rumors of somebody cheating. And I wonder if Giselle like makes this shit happen. I swear to God, I think she does.
See, now thing with like Monique and Chris though, didn't we just kind of find out that it was absolutely almost, well, I don't know if that's the reason they're getting divorced, but it's like that's what I mean. Like, look how long that was, maybe a year we heard that, maybe a year and a half ago, and then they went on that marriage boot camp and marriage this and marriage that, and all of a sudden it's not working if they're not together. Hey, Mr. Make It Make Sense is here. Can you see the chat by any chance?
Let me see if I can chat.
Yeah, Mr. There's a couple people here. Mr. Make It Make Sense.
I know. We were just talking about him, about having Monique's Jacqueline's mom on.
Yeah, I meant to watch that before we came on because I knew that he had the interview on there, but I didn't get a chance. But so what? I mean, is it? So did Mia quit? Because I was all about Mia in the very, very beginning.
She didn't quit. She's trying to make it sound like she was quitting. From what I read, she was like basically like tweeting and texting, like sending encrypted messages.
Like always.
Yeah, her final statement was Bravo would have to fire her to get rid of her. So I just think she likes to play that game. Like she kind of did it with her health a little bit at the beginning of the season. She was like dipping her toe in the water and encrypting Instagram posts about her health and have everyone asking about it. So it does seem a little peculiar. And that seems reoccurring as well.
Now, did we ask anything? I wanted to know about Gordon's job. Like, I want to know how they were able to push him completely out of the company. And what did they do for his family to be like, you're done. I don't want nothing to do with you. Your family, screw your family, your kids. Like, that's like, to me, like, I want to know what he did. Like, there's something. And then how did they get financial backing to start new companies, right? Or did they? I need Jacqueline to spill it, or Jacqueline's friend or mom. I need to know like what happened. Because am I the only one asking that question? Like, how did he lose?
Well, like we didn't really hear any because it's not on the show yet. So we haven't really heard a whole lot about it. I don't know exactly. She did say something about like him turning 70. And on that weekend while they were away, they made some like moves at the bank that allegedly, cut her out or whatever. But they run like physical therapy offices is from what I gather. And there's a lot of money in physical
like didn't
therapy.
They completely push him out? Like you're out. Like if you're like, to me, this is weird to me. Like, I don't really know much about publicly traded companies, but if you own the company, but then you have a board, how is it that they're able to like push the? I would never go public unless it makes you more money. I don't know. I don't know. To me, like he had to have done something. I was under the impression they had nothing. She was broke. They had no money. They were cut off, and like they were living they had a downsized of like 4,000 square feet, or I could be confusing with it, but like.
No, she did make it again sound like they didn't have anything, but I don't know if that's really the case. I mean, when they moved to Potomac, she said on the show that they were renting, which is a red flag for me, only because people with money have no problem going to the bank and getting credit.
Right.
When you like have good credit and money, like the bank wants to give you a loan. So typically they don't come into a home that you're renting. And she said they spent like $60,000-$70,000 revamping that a rental home.
A rental?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. The only excuse that ever made sense to me was just recently when I don't like people to see where I really live. But then again, how are we Real Housewives? Like, I forget what franchise I got. Maybe it was, I think it was Salt Lake. Like, it was Lisa, I think.
Lisa Barlow.
I don't want people to know where I can sleep. And I'm like, all right, well, that kind of makes sense. But you're also on a reality show, and we know absolutely almost every little thing, almost everything, but that. I mean, even we probably kind of do know where they live. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like, it kind of makes sense a little bit, but I would be like, I don't know, I guess.
I mean, if you were like living in a secure gated community with like security or whatever, like, and you feared for, you know, some specific reason, like, remember who came on the show in Atlanta and she was like running from her baby daddy? Who? Eva.
Eva,
Remember?
yeah, Eva,
Yeah,
yes. And
yeah.
she had to move every time they gave it
But
away.
that didn't make, yeah, and that was kind of confusing too. And the Kardashians did the same thing all those years. They showed us the outside of their house, and that was not the outside of their house.
Oh, it wasn't? I didn't know that.
It was not. No, it wasn't.
So that like that what's it called? I don't know, whatever, wherever they lived. Oh, Calabasas. So that, see, I used to like, oh, that house is so pretty. But it was so small compared to the other houses. But then, like, when they moved to the other Calabasas house, I don't know. Like, I can't even talk about Kardashians. I was a fan of theirs for a long time, and then I got completely disgusted, and now I just can't even.
I know.
The new show wasn't better, but again, like, I feel like they're yeah, we're not gonna talk about that because it's a whole thing.
Make It Make Sense made a comment. Krista, I don't know if you want to read it. Do you see it on your screen? I
pulled it up. I think that Mia had a Vanity title because she was married to the boss.
What did it say?
I mean, yeah, like, it makes sense, but did they kick him out too? Like,
I think so.
Like, I run this shit. I remember that. Like, she was going from place to, like, she said she was running basically 3 of the, which I was like, really kind of like, all right, that's cool. Like, you know, I'm all about, like, I know if you, like, I mean, whatever she did, but he retired. Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know. I didn't get to. He retired. He retired is what it was. And I think that they did something like saying like he was too old because, well, Mia implied that because she implied that it was like his 70th birthday and that was the implication was that he was like too old. And so they like him. And so, you know, she basically got, you know, like caused this war or whatever. But I figure she has enough relations with like the people, like she's probably made enough business, you know what I mean? She could probably put together a business. She would just need the funding probably relatively quickly if she knows what she's doing.
I mean, I hope she does, because I mean, like, I don't see that. I don't think those companies, like, I don't think they ran them into the ground or anything. You know what I mean? If she was kind of going from, you know, she seemed respectable. I don't know. I loved Potomac at the very beginning, then I didn't, and now I love it again. And but I'm like, I feel bad for Wendy.
Like, me too. Like, I was not a huge Wendy fan, but this season, I feel like they have been doing her so effing dirty. I feel so bad. Like, they would have completely excluded her during that entire cast trip, and that's wrong. Bullshit.
It is. And it's like, to find out that they don't even pay for that trip. So again, I don't care if you call it Humpty Dumpty's goddamn trip or Humpty Dory's trip. Wendy should be there because she's a cast member, and we get really upset when they don't all go. Like, remember, I think it was Jackie stayed home, and I kind of understood why Jackie stayed home, but I was like, Teresa probably would have attacked her in the middle of the night. But I mean, that's all. But in the middle of the night, though. In the middle. Look, did you work hard? Would you fight with Teresa and then stay in a house with her?
I'd lock the door. I mean,
yeah, exactly. But no locked doors, which that freaks me out too. Who says no
really? I didn't know that.
No, on Salt Lake last weekend. I was like, no locked doors. I'm like, that's a rule. Like, I wouldn't follow that rule. I'm sorry.
No, like, I'm with you.
Like, I'm gonna lock my door. Sorry, but I mean, yeah, especially if I'm staying in a house with girls I fight with every other week, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what else did we see? Let me see what else is going on here. I mean, like.
Why you make that noise?
Because I keep finding this Jersey stuff and I'm over. I can't. I raised the white flag for Al.
I know. Jersey is like getting hyped up. People are ready. I wish Miami, they would do more press for Miami.
That's what I was going to say, Miami. That's what I'm excited about. Okay.
Me too.
I ended up liking Larsa. I did. I ended up liking Larsa. You're not a Larsa fan?
At first, I wasn't really a Larsa fan. I don't know why I wasn't. I can't explain it, like something about her kind of agitated my soul a little bit, but I did like her this season, and I do feel like she killed it when it came to Adriana, because Adriana told that whole Kanye West story about the bathroom, and she saw Liz, remember?
Yeah.
She said she,
Yeah. Like, what, girl?
yeah, and then it came out that she was lying about all that Botox and filler that she was getting, because she was like promoting it because the guy she was dating was, giving it to her. And she was saying she didn't get any. She didn't get any filler, no Botox. Like, she was just all natural.
And her ass is real too, right? Let me guess, her ass is real. Because her ass is banging, and that's not real. I'm sorry. That is Kim's ass. It is. It's Kim's ass.
Thank you. She has the same doctors. She has the same connections to Kim's doctors, and I 100% agree with you. And if you go back to season 1, Larsa was like this big. Okay, her legs were like this big. She had no ass. I have pictures I'm saving for Miami. I can't wait to post them. I'm just waiting on the season.
I remember people like doing that. I was like, see, that like and then, oh my God, did you see any pictures from Art Basel this weekend? There's pictures of Kim Kardashian walking with, Jonathan. Holy shit, her body is, you got to see these pictures of him. I didn't even know it was Kim. I actually thought it was, I thought it was one of the Miami girls. Who did I think? I thought it was Lisa. I thought it was Lisa because she looks really tiny. Her abs are oh my God, Kim looks good. I could not. I was like,
really?
She usually looks good anyway, but like she looked hot. Like, not just good, she looked really hot. And I actually thought it was Lisa for a second. Oh, poor Lisa Hochstein. All right, I agree. What do you think about Lisa and Lenny? How does she not afford diapers? And I know that he cut her off, but how does she not have money saved to not be able to afford diapers and milk and whatever it was? Like, I think he's a piece of crap, but what do you think? Like,
I think she had no family, for one. So I think that her and Lenny's relationship was like more than like a marriage, because she didn't have any family. So like Lenny was her brother, dad, and husband to her. And I don't think she ever considered that he would leave her. I really don't. And I think she just spent because she was like unhappy at home. And so the one thing that made her feel good about still having to come home to him every night was probably the money, like at least, and she probably just didn't save. Like, these women don't have great spending habits. A lot of them, how they live paycheck to paycheck too.
It's true. I know. But then I'm thinking there's got to be some kind of like court order that says that he can't not give her money, or like that she has to have some type of like, I don't know. I mean, him cutting her off is, but now watching last season, I know I could tell right away that he was over it. Like when she was like, oh, we fixed it. And we were all looking at it like, are you watching this? Like,
same.
He was so disengaged and just interested and just like, okay, sure. Yeah, we're great. We're wonderful. Yep. And I was like, man, guys, like, this isn't good. I guarantee give it a year. And then I was like, oh my God, what happened? I was like, the club, what? You found him doing what? Pick me up. I'll go. Like, that's me. Like, take me. I'll go catch this motherfucker.
Me too.
Yeah, could you see us in New York? We were freaking hats on, like, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I love that shit. And I feel like I love Larsa kind of leaning into Lisa and then building a friendship, because I feel like Larsa, she has balls. Like, nobody I don't think realized that, but Larsa got some, she don't really give F sometime, because she doesn't have to. I feel like she's like been grandfathered into the elite world, or whatever you want to call it. And so she just doesn't care. And I feel like she gives Lisa a little bit of that like push to be like, it's okay to go be crazy, Lisa. Yeah. Like, let's go find him in the club, I love that. So hopefully we get to see some of that on Miami, but I feel like they are getting done dirty because nobody gives them any press. Like, no one gives them press.
I know.
Peacock, Bravo, like, because
they're just petty as shit. They're petty AF. They are. Like, I feel like and I think Andy has a lot to do with it. Andy has his favorites, and I just feel like he promotes what he wants to promote. I don't know if it's because it's production value. I don't know. He thinks that we want to see certain things. I was right. I just started laughing. I tried to read all of it, but
It says now that Kim is not looking to cater to black men, she removed the butt. And the allegations are that Khloe and her are taking a drug meant to treat diabetes.
What?
And that is true. I heard that. I heard there's a shortage of it now. It's like to treat, it's like
Do
the
they not?
opposite.
They have diabetes or no?
No, it's like
okay.
it's like the opposite of diabetes. Typically, is like what the medicine would be used for, but they get a shot like once a week, and it's supposed to be helping them like lose all of this weight. And David from Behind the Velvet Rope was talking about it on his podcast and said like that he tried it and he lost a bunch of weight in like a month, and now there's a shortage of it, so he doesn't know if he'll get more.
I hope not. He doesn't need to lose any more weight either. He looks good. Like he does not need to lose any more weight, but that's insane. Well, I mean, Kim, I'm telling you, she looks good though. Like she looks cut though. And I mean, I would hope that Khloe actually really does work out. Like I watched her on her show, but I mean, I don't know.
That's gossip. That's gossip. I got gossip. I forgot to. That's what it is. Okay, remember the new baby mama from Texas that was the trainer that just had the baby by Tristan Thompson?
Yes.
Remember? Okay, what's her name? Like Carlina something? She allegedly moved to California. Anyways, she was posting on her Instagram story yesterday about Tristan, and she said basically that he said he was going to leave Khloe. Things weren't working out anyways. He was going to retire from the NBA, and they were going to be together. And then she said, and Drake came over and basically effed Kylie last year, but you're too much of a PUSSY to tell Travis. In parentheses. And then she put more tomorrow! Exclamation point, good night. Yeah. I think it's Marlena is her name. Marlena.
See, the second time I was even convinced this idiot. He had me convinced the season he was on and the whole family standing up for him. I was like, I said, if he cheats again, he's a real idiot. Like, what an asshole. Like, if he doesn't even, and then the Jordan stuff. Or wait, was it, I can't even remember now. I was like, that was horrible.
Yeah, they did her wrong. They should be apologizing to her because for real, like Jordan and Tristan kissed. Marley, thank you. Make it make sense, said Marley. They literally kissed. That was it. I mean, she was a young girl. She was like 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't like 30-year-old, like jumping out, trying to whatever. Like she was young and he was an older man, and that was bullshit, number one. And then number two is he's a habitual cheater. Now that you found out that he's a habitual cheater, you should be like, hey, yo, Jordan, I'm sorry we tried to put all of this on you when you're like a young, when it should have been his fault.
Him back. Yeah, and take him back. Like, and then he just to go do it 2 or 3 more times. I mean, and to do it so blatantly out in the open and not give it's like he didn't care. And then I thought to myself, what is she even thinking now? Like, how is she even looking at him and saying, dude, if you're going to cheat, at least try to make sure you don't get, you know what I mean? Like, don't make me look like an idiot. Hey, Karma.
Don't make me look like an idiot.
Like, that's what I said. Like, I'm like, even with like, I'm talking like Erica and Tom too. Like, well, maybe not Erica and Tom because everybody knew that was the thing. But I mean, all right. So let's say Ashley and Michael Darby. I'm convinced that like that was and there's nothing wrong with it. That they had an understanding at one point in the very beginning. She would stay with him and not make him appear to be, maybe he didn't want everybody to know he was like bi or whatever. I don't know. So he had his arm candy or whatever. And she said, all right, well, I need the money and I want to have a child within a certain amount of years. And like, is that possible? Can we do that? Like, and maybe and then maybe they did like threesomes. Maybe at the very beginning they were okay. Like she said, I was okay being wild in the very beginning because she didn't really truly, it was a kind of a contractual thing. I think she kind of maybe fell in love with him or maybe fell in love with maybe thinking he could, he is the father of my 2 kids now. Maybe I can make this work as he's my husband and maybe we can settle down together. And he didn't want it. And stop. Oh, God. But like,
make it make sense.
Again, she was probably okay with what he did, but he kept getting caught. Like he kept making her look. I mean, come on. How do you even turn around and not worry if somebody's got like a camera? Like they get your butt. Like, come on, you gotta not think like that this person that you're randomly sleeping with isn't going to like sell you out. Like, I
think he
find,
pays them.
I find Randall very stupid. Randall, and I find them all very dumb to have traces and like text message traces. And I mean, come on, what do you think? WhatsApp is going to protect you? Like, you know, I don't know. I just like, if you're going to be that dumb, you deserve to get caught.
Yeah. I think that Michael was paying people, and that's why he was sloppy about it, because he thought, like, you know, gentleman's agreement, almost like, if I'm paying you, then you're going to be quiet about it, because if you want me to come back and continue to pay you and be your client, you can't tell anyone. And those girls were just trying to hit a quick lick. You know what I'm saying?
What? I mean, honestly, do you think they were, or they were just trying to get him in trouble? Because who the heck looks at, like, I mean, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. A lot of people do things for money, I guess. Yeah, I know. I guess it doesn't matter what they look
drunk
like.
somewhere, and he's Michael Darby. He's this reality star. La la la. Laissez skip. I mean, that's probably his opening line. What do you think Michael Darby opens with? Like, he ain't got no swag.
Like, don't get me in trouble. I'm on TV. You won't open your mouth. Like, I'm on TV. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
like, make it sound like mysterious and scandalous. Like, I'm this Bravo TV star, and nobody can know. You know,
like, that's the thing too. Like, that's why I won't say too much, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like, especially where I live, it's so small here. Nothing gets by us. So I just waiting for like the rug to be pulled out from under me, and everyone's like, Krista, you were so stupid. Like, look at it. You know, like, because I feel like lately, I said this Friday night, like, I feel like I'm like not like, who did I get it all wrong with? I got it all wrong with Erica. Like, I never suspected Erica to be like a slimy snake that she is, or like even Jen Shah. I knew she wasn't accountable, but I didn't think she was as smart as she was to do what she did. I mean, she got caught, but she got greedy. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I get duped constantly. Somebody else, I was saying, Karma probably remembers. I was saying the other night, I was like, man, they had me so fooled. I was like, that's why I'm so mad. But then I was like, you know what? If they can fool me, then so can the other two. Who knows? You know? Like,
what's the streets of Jersey saying? Since you're living in a small area around, what's going on? I mean,
everything I told, like, you. All right, so like I said the other night too, like, if you trust Frank's judgment, if you think Frank has good character, and then there's people that do business with Joey still, Frank still talks to him a couple times a day. You know what I mean? They don't talk just because of the show. People still do business with Joe. People are still respect him. People are still his friends. People still stand up for him. Like, and I have respect, and I trust their judgment. And it's like, I look at it that way. Like, I can't really, you know, like, I can't really say, like, I really don't believe that Joe's this undercover piece of shit. Like, I know people get sued. Everybody, you know, people in businesses that run businesses like him, they're open up themselves to lawsuits. Look at Margaret. She had to literally pay off her lawsuit. She was not in the wrong, but it cost her so much money to fight it that she just settled with them. And it made her look guilty, but she wasn't. And that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of things can look worse on paper. But then, you know, again, like I said, I mean, I never in a million years thought that Jen Shah would commit these, like, the biggest crime in America. You know what I mean? Who in the world would have thought that? Like, and people, but then, you know, I just feel like I get it wrong. And I'm like, and I also said the other night, like, I always thought logic was logic. Like, that was it. That logic was logic, and that everybody's logic was the same. So I was like, I'm logical, guys, so I make sense. And everybody's like, but logic's different for everyone. I was like, oh, it is? I didn't know that. I realized that when I started doing this, and I was like, oh, that's why I'm always like, guys, tell me, what am I wrong about? Like, I want to know, because I feel like sometimes I completely miss it. Like, I need it spelled out to me. I'm probably going to need you to, like, Krista, I promise you this is real. Look at this piece. Like, you're going to have to literally, like, be like in my face, like, look, I promise you this is all real. Like, this is all on paper now. Like, you can't say anything. Like, you're probably going to have to, like, spell it out 1,000 times, like, drill it in my head. You know? I do not think Melissa cheated. I know she didn't. I do not think that's true. That exactly the way I said it went down. I believe 1,000% is the way it went down. I don't believe they stole his parents' house. What
about the old rumors about Melissa cheating with Bulldog? Do you remember that? I was looking through what like, do you know anything about, like, the ex-boyfriend Bulldog? Was he, like, still around? Were they together all that time before she got with Joe?
Is this when it was Joe's friend, correct? His friend?
I think so. I mean, I don't know, because they were together for like 4 years or something.
Yeah, but when Joe, he didn't want to marry, right?
They were friends.
Yeah, their friendship was ending, or their relationship was ending because Melissa wanted to get married. Melissa wanted to be in a she wanted to marry not marry anybody, but like she wanted to get married eventually, and he was never going to propose and get married to her. And I think when she met Joe, I just not consider. I mean, I guess you consider it cheating, but like she left Bulldog right away, and then her and Joe were inseparable. And they've never been apart. So maybe like if you call that cheating in the very beginning, but she never had a twit. Do I think she went and had a little rendezvous with him? No, because her and Joe were they were together all the time. And I'm telling you, you cannot get away with things. And I think a lot of her friends stopped talking to her in the very beginning. So they would have ratted on her. You know what I mean? Like they would have, and Joe on the other hand too, like Joe doesn't play. I mean, like I'm not going to say like he's not jealous, but like, he's not going to just, hear this rumor and just not like, if it was true, he would be. You would have all seen lose her shit a long time ago, or he would have never let her live it down. And like I don't know. He's not around now. I don't know where he is now, but I also have to remember too, like I say production, like they do a lot for production, but then it is, you see what you get. Like what you see is what you get. What you see on camera is exactly how it is off camera. The emotions, the fights, everything. And it's really actually pretty sad. Like to see like Joe and him and his family completely get destroyed. Like him and Teresa's relationship completely be, I believe, done now. I really believe that they'll never reconcile. Is sad because I think this show had a lot to do with it, because if Teresa really felt the way she says she feels about her brother and he's this piece of crap that we don't know about, what does that say about you for the last 13 years that you didn't say shit? You didn't hide that from us for 13 years, Teresa. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't hide all this from us for that long. You're not on a reality show in the state of New Jersey that's this big, and and all the things she's alleging, and like, again, it's projecting, because what she alleges is what's happened to her and her husband. Is that exactly what her ex-husband did? Mortgage fraud and this and that, and like, fighting with the parents and treating her like crap. And like, it's like, I don't know what she's doing. And it's really sad because I don't believe that's how she truly feels. I think she loves her brother. She's extremely stubborn, and she doesn't like to admit when she's wrong. So when she's wrong, she's going to find she's not going to go, her apologizing. I mean, I think I've heard her say sorry maybe once or twice. And it was like a roundabout way type thing. And Terry's been waiting for us to come on together.
Hey, Terry. I love Terry Collins.
I found her. I found her from you. I found her from you. No, it was like I clicked the people. And then I was like, you gotta meet my other friend Terry. And like, again, the people that still do business with him. If he, like, what did they say? His window thing about the windows. Now, that could be true. I'm sure window companies suing him. I don't think he purposely got these windows and said, I'm going to screw these people over and not pay for these windows. I think out of the 27 years that he's been in business, that once or twice, if he didn't like the product, I don't think he doesn't have a reputation of going around and like a certain party says and not paying for things. Like, he's a contractor. He needs to keep relationships with those kinds of people that install windows, people that, he flips houses. He needs to keep good relationships. He's not going to just go around screwing people over. But again, like, a lot of stuff can look bad on paper, but what do you think?
I think poor Teresa and Joe have not only production working against them, but I personally think Melissa is out for Melissa and Joe first, and Louis, who is now in front of the cameras and, on the show. And so he's over here, team Teresa and Louis first. So I feel like they're working against Teresa and Joey having a good relationship. And then you have production on top of it, because Joey said in one of his, he was on Melissa's podcast, and he said that after the christening episode, after they filmed that, like when they said cut, he said producers were high-fiving each other because they said it was such great TV. It was going to make such great TV that they were high-fiving after the christening scene. So what does that say to us? It says that they wanted this shit to happen, and they probably did a lot of plays behind the scenes to get people mad, like plant a seed in Joe's ear, plant a seed in Melissa's ear, plant a seed in Teresa's ear, I think the show is definitely 75% of their issues, and the others 25 is like the rambles of things in the past or whatever, you know, that they could work through. But maybe if one of them gets off the show, they'll be able to reconcile.
The thing too, like Louis also, I feel like I couldn't figure out last season if it was him or her. Like, what is making her disregard her entire life? How everybody that's ever loved her and has ever been close to her, why is she Xing everybody out? And letting, you know, the emotional boundaries that people put up for her wedding, she didn't care about them either. So, you know, she had her best friends have to make decisions. It's like, and I couldn't figure, it's like, if he's controlling her, how the hell is he doing it without us knowing? And how is he doing it without doing it? I don't think he is.
Melissa controls Joe behind the scenes is what I think.
Now
she's a woman. I mean, I just think Joe is like, he's like, you know, he's a man.
All right. Now think about this though. Like, I think that, and I was thinking about that too. Like, I would, if it was my husband and me, when I'm telling you with his family too, like, if he doesn't stick up for me, I stick up for myself, but like he does. And if he didn't, like, he better always have me first is what I'm saying. Like, he better always put me first unless I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it's like, I don't, when people are like, oh, well, you know, he's always taking up for his wife or he's looking up for Melissa. Well, of course he is. It's his wife. It's, you know, you've got to remember Strippergate. You also got to remember, like, there's a lot of things that, you know, maybe that in the very beginning, I think Melissa was really petty. She was also very young. You got to remember, she was like barely 30 when she started. She was like 28. And Teresa was like up in my age. She's like 20 or 15 years older. So it's like, you know, of course, like to say like, oh, my daughters didn't like Melissa when they were little girls. They were little girls. They're following their mother's lead. Of course, they're not going to like their Aunt Melissa. And then she says they didn't like her because they took her Uncle Joe away. Well, Joe's a big piece of crap, remember? So what, you know what I mean? Like, what's the song that Gia sang at the christening?
Oh, was it at the christening? I have to tell you something though before I forget, because I have tea, and you're a great person.
Yeah, tell me, sorry.
Okay, first off though, Melissa's 43, so Teresa just turned 50. There's about 7 years between them. Okay, so Franklin Lakes, right? So what I heard was, Kathy and Richie moved out of Franklin Lakes, and Teresa and Joe moved in, and they would have been. Is their house close to Franklin Lakes or in Franklin Lakes?
Joe and Teresa's house that we saw them together. Or? No,
Joe and Melissa's new house.
Oh,
Joe,
the new house.
Yeah, the one that they just moved into.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's. I heard it's in Franklin Lakes.
It is, but it's not near. It's not near Kathy and Richie's though.
Someone said it was like 7 miles, but did that even
sound right?
Like 7 miles I know that's what I said.
Like it's not. That could be a different town. Our towns are probably like 2 or 3 miles long. You know what I mean?
How big is Franklin Lakes?
Yeah, like you have Franklin Lakes. You have like English Town Road. All right, so there's this road called Old English Town Road too, and it goes throughout like all the city towns. I don't know. I mean, they could live 7 miles on Old English Town Road for all I know. Like that's the name of the road. Like. It's 7 miles long. I mean, you know, that could be the case. But like, so what are they trying to say? Like they moved out, like nobody, or put it this way, nobody bought a house to move to be near nobody else. Nobody's trying to buy houses to be like anybody else. All the houses they've ever lived in are just humongous. The one that they just renovated, did you see the older than new? It was an oldish, it was a nice, an older house, like an older, like contemporary, like, they just basically built around it. And everybody said that nobody likes it. I mean, I think that it's.
Oh, I hear people are saying they like it, but they're just saying they can't afford it or the materials because of their lawsuit.
The lawsuit is over. Joe makes that what $37,000 is pocket change to him. He was extremely successful before the show. He's never made a paycheck on the show. Melissa has. So Joe also continued to work.
But he now is. Oh, I'm so sorry. He's getting paid now, though, right? They're in contract.
Yeah, like I think they're getting. I don't think it's nothing they can live off of. Maybe I think it's 40,000, maybe, or is that something like that? But still, he's never made a paycheck, and like I never believed that they would choose the show over their family, and I believe that if Teresa was forgiving, that I think it's because of Teresa. I think that they'll never speak again. I just think that she holds, like, I think she's the one who holds the grudges in the family. Like, I think that Joe and Melissa would have always wanted to get along with Teresa. And I don't think it's always because of the show. I just think it's because that's their family. You know, I mean, they're a close family. They are an extremely close family. They were.
Yeah. But to like not go to the wedding, I feel like they were like making a statement to Teresa. You know what I mean? Like the not going to the wedding. I feel like that like really put. I mean, I feel like Melissa should have said, you know what, Joe, you go to the wedding. That's your sister. Even though you guys are having conflict right now that has to do with me or Louis, whoever, like just go to the wedding. Don't go to the reception, slip in, sit in the back. I don't know, something. But like to blame, they like were, you know, very open that they didn't go. Like they were making a statement about it. And I think they were like up in the Jersey Shore or whatever that weekend. Yeah. But I feel like that just like added another brick of, you know, something that they're going to have to try to work out because, you know, that's upsetting to both their parts. Cause I think Joe wanted to be there. I think that's
he he at least wanted to walk her down the aisle.
That's whether what I'm saying.
That was the thing or not. That was supposed to be in the very beginning. That was always going to be a thing.
Yeah. And that's why I feel like Melissa is more in the background than we know. And I don't think she's always encouraging him to do the right thing because he loves his sister. I think he would have loved to have been there, but maybe I just don't think that Melissa wasn't encouraging that. You know, she wants them to be, like you said, they're always together. They're always a team. Yeah. Like he always has to put Melissa first, her feelings first. He goes to bed with her at night. So her feelings were not going. So he, you know, he didn't go.
Yeah. I was like, oh God, I remember it was Thursday night and I realized that I was at the shore. So I realized they were there and that's a far drive to have to be home and I realized then that they weren't going to, I was like, wow, if they're at the shore tonight, there's no way they're getting up to go to this wedding tomorrow. And I was like, I remember calling Adam. I was like, Adam, yeah, I was like, they're partying. I can hear it. They're down the shore. And I was like, if they're here, they're not going to that wedding. And I think we heard like an hour or something. And then the next day, and listen, the wedding was, from what I understand, completely gorgeous, like beautiful. But I believe too that he realized it turned into a Bravo event, and because you're inviting people that you hate, that you absolutely hate. Now, I know that everybody wanted it to be a Bravo event. Everybody wanted to see her wedding, and I thought that she was boring. I thought that, like, you know, he definitely should have. Joe, I really don't think that Melissa. My opinion is, I don't think Melissa told him. I think she tried to tell him to go. I think she said to him, you at least should go and walk your sister down the aisle, or said, it's up to you. I'm not going to tell you. I don't really think that she tells him. You know, when it comes to Teresa, I don't know, because she's always had to kind of stand up for herself a little bit with Teresa. I mean, Joe will get into it a little bit, but like he's always, you know, I don't know. I just feel bad for their friends that are in the middle of it and love them so much each, like love both of them so much and have to actually really like deal with this and like not choose sides, but you know, I'm sure they get questions all the time. Like, what do you think about it? You know what I mean? And like, what is he going to say? What are they going to say? It really sucks. I love these two people to death. They're like my, you know, family. And I'm realizing that they're never going to speak again, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And then like after the wedding, like a couple of days later, Melissa and Joe did a podcast kind of like explaining why they weren't at the wedding. And I think like there was a couple of things that were like said that were, you know, I don't even want to say like problematic, but just, I don't know, something that had about, you know, like him and her, I don't know, but basically giving why they weren't at the wedding, you know what I mean? And of course it wasn't putting, you know, Teresa in great light either. So I would have been a little agitated if I got married on a Friday and by Tuesday while I was on my honeymoon, you know, like time and place.
But then, I know. And I just think now they're being so spiteful to each other that they're like, now they're shooting shots and it's like, come on guys, like, can you guys just put it down for now? Like, and now I thought that the season starts in December, but why am I now thinking, like, now I think it's February, but why do I think it started?
No. That's because they're allegedly moving the date up because one, the issues with Beverly Hills. Normally New Jersey does air like the first week of February, but because of Beverly Hills production getting put on pause, they're being moved back, and they want to keep the hype of the wedding, Teresa's wedding, going because it's a 3-part series, and they can't play that until they play the actual season out. So they want to get the season started so they can keep the momentum going for this 3-part series for Teresa's wedding, because if you wait all the way to February, it's going to be almost an entire year later.
Yup, that's what happened last year. I was like, guys, it's the summer and we're watching them go down the shore in the beginning of the summer. So think about it. It's been an entire year. And just like last season, I feel like we heard more about the beginning of the last season and the off season. I think there's a lot that we still have not. I think there's some things that have not been even leaked to us yet.
Probably.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot more, and I don't think it's anything that you and I haven't heard, but like maybe that I don't know, for some reason I think there's something really big coming. Like that's why I said I'm just gonna stop talking for now, because not that I'm thinking that Joe and Melissa, I don't know. I just feel like there's some things that they kept to themselves, and I can't even freaking believe it. So I'm like, holy crap, guys. Like, and it might even literally might be the end of the show. I don't know, man. Not the end of the show. Let's just hope and pray that our girls work out, like all 3 of them, because they're amazing. Like, let's just hope that they don't freak out and never come back, because it's hard to break through that crowd, even though they're friends with them. But like, I love the new girls. So, I mean, I just, maybe that fresh, young energy is going to I don't know. I feel like I'm like fighting with my old Italian family. It's like fighting with your old Italian family over and over. Like, how much more can we watch them fight each other? Like, and looking at the other girls that always try to come in and try to get casted, they last maybe a season or 2. Poor Jackie. She's barely snuck in and got in and is in with the cool crowd. I don't want to say the cool crowd, but you know what I mean? She's just
I have tea on her.
Oh, tell me.
I told it in my video I posted yesterday. But basically her dad was like on vacation somewhere tropical, like the Bahamas or somewhere. And like a group of 5 really beautiful, skinny, like Bravo fans recognized him, went over, started chit-chatting, and her dad's like, he looked like he was loving it. He's got like titties and ass and bathing suits, and they took a picture. They were like all around him, but they FaceTimed Jackie. Those girls got him to FaceTime Jackie with them. And she allegedly told them that the Teresa's out. This is her last season. So everyone's like in an uproar, but Jackie's saying she didn't say that. So.
I mean, Jackie also said she's filmed a lot too, but like, so did Tracy. You know what I mean? It doesn't really, just because you've been filmed a lot doesn't mean it's going to pick up. It doesn't mean
Tracy so dirty. They did Tracy so dirty.
No, I didn't even know. I didn't know she was out there. They're like, she was sitting right next to Melissa the whole time. I said, they didn't even show an inch of her. Like,
no, they did her dirty.
You can't, and even like, and I said this before, even if you take sides, okay, the 2 of them are not going to look at you. They're going to look at you like you're. It's just a thing. They're going to look at her like, they're not going to be like, oh, Jackie took my side. It's just, she's too new for them to even like, for Teresa to be like, oh, Jackie's on my side, or like.
I feel like Tracy tried to like come in and side with Melissa, but like Teresa didn't even bother like arguing. Like, I think Teresa is smarter. Like, she didn't argue or give her like any conflict to like give her camera time almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just kind of like,
Teresa's brain, she doesn't exist. She just doesn't.
She didn't exist.
She
existed. Tiki existed.
And the thing is too, like, are they even from Jersey? Like, how do you think they're from New Jersey? It didn't look right to me. I said, why is Tiki Barber here?
I know.
Like, where did you come from, dude? I didn't know you were here. Like, where? And they just look so out of place. And it's like just very out of place. To me. I don't know. Maybe it's me because I'm here, but like, to me, I was like, who? Where? What? Who are you? Like, where did you come from? What are you fighting with Teresa for, you dummy? Like,
Yeah, and she was allegedly the nanny. Like he allegedly was like married,
yes.
and so like I feel like that gave like some backstory to like Bravo fans to like dig, some juice on them. But like people just didn't take to it. They just didn't.
No, they want to just go after my poor goddamn Joe. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. No, it's okay.
I know, but like I know. Somebody said the other day, like, chill, like, Miss Fix It, if you're here, you're stressing yourself out. I was like, I know, I'm so goddamn emotional, aren't I? Like, I don't understand her. Like, what is she doing this for?
Listen, I feel like you can like people and like you can do business with people and hang out with them, but that doesn't mean that like we always know what people do behind closed doors, and it doesn't mean that like that is that's on them. Like we all have a different set of like moral compasses within us, and like we can't always hold everyone to that same. I mean, it'd be impossible, you know what I'm saying, to hold everyone to the same standards that we live with. So I feel like if you love Joe Gorga, then love Joe Gorga. You don't have to love everything Joe Gorga does, but you know what?
Yeah,
if you're like, I love him,
you don't have to like them. You know what I mean? Like you can like have respect. I mean.
Yeah.
He could be a good businessman. He could be a good friend, and he might not be a good husband. I know that. I recognize that could be, all these things could be true,
Yeah.
But do I think they've done anything illegal? I don't think that at all.
Right.
I don't. I think that we would have figured it out, even if I think that this, all New Jersey, like New Jersey and New York, Jersey doesn't play either. Like New York doesn't, the Southern District doesn't play, but either does it here. Like, I mean, and then, I don't think he's ever done anything illegal. I don't think he's ever really done anything like bad business practices. I don't think he'd still be in business. And I don't think that they've cheated. I just feel that it's like, I don't know, maybe I could see why people wouldn't like them. If you don't really know people from Jersey, I guess you don't have any reason to really like, you know what I mean? Or you don't really understand them. They're like, oh, she's so boring. And I'm like, and I tried to think, is she boring? Maybe she is, but then I was like, well, maybe they need each other for the show.
Yeah.
Like, what would happen if we didn't have one of them on the show? Like, what were we looking for? Who were we looking for to fight? You know what I mean? Or I don't know. I just feel like maybe they need each other for the show. But I also think that Teresa needs this. Well, before she married Louis, she would have needed the show way more than Joe and Melissa, because Joe and Melissa have their businesses regardless, and Joe's business. He's not. I don't think he wouldn't be buying $1 million homes and shit, or he wouldn't be taking out loans for millions of dollars to put on, to fix his homes up if he didn't have a set income. You know what I mean? He's not, envy money isn't paying for his flipping houses. You know what I mean? And her money, I don't know how much. I think she makes what, 700 maybe, 600 maybe.
I don't know. I never.
That's a lot. It's a lot, but also I don't know if like our property taxes here. You might own your home. But our property tax, my parents' property taxes were $13,000 a year. They ended up moving back to the shore because it got so expensive in where they're at in Franklin Lakes. It's like $13,000, and their homes are way bigger than ours. Like, so you have to pay taxes on the properties, and you have to keep up with the property. So, not like when Teresa's like, I take cash for everything. I mean, her house was nice in the very beginning, but we know how I know what I saw what it really looked like. I saw that. I'm not gonna say much, but she didn't really do much to it over the last 10 or 15 years. And you have to kind of keep up to date with stuff. But I mean, they spent a lot of money on that house, but they had to knock $2 million off it just to sell it. That's house prices. That's what's screwed. I don't know if that's everywhere right now, but houses are it's like a seller's market right now. So again, now would be the time to, if you were you wouldn't be upside down on your mortgage. If you took equity out now, though, you take equity out on what the appraisal says. Say Joe Gorga goes and he cashes out a bunch of equity on all these homes. In 5 years, they might go down, and then it'll look like he's lost these houses because to sell them, you have to pay the difference, or it looks like a foreclosure. It presents it's a foreclosure, or that you lost, But if you take that risk though, and then I was giving mortgages. I did mortgages for 12 years, and we were literally, I'm telling you, I was giving people mortgages that I knew couldn't afford it just because the lending laws here. The lending laws back then, all right, think about this. All that happened when I was in the mortgage company, was working for certain party. So in that, I was watching like my business going up and down, like throughout the years, the rates go up, the rates go down, rates go up, the house prices go up and down, and the lending laws were so thin, like they were like nothing, and then all of a sudden the rates go up and the lending laws they got really strict, and that's why everybody's going into foreclosure, because again, we're like going off that the income ratio is only on your credit. These people people have kids that have sports, like they have all this other money to pay out, and it's like, the lending laws got really strict and people started losing their houses because they really couldn't afford them. And then the people that were flipping houses, that's where they would get screwed with equity, because again, if it goes by, and it sucks because 1 year your house is appraising for $350,000 and the next year it's appraising for $150,000 and then it's appraising for $500,000, and you're cashing out equity left and right, but you got to pay it back. You got to pay it regardless.
Right.
But, what are you talking about? Probably like, why are you guys talking about mortgages? But
well, we have to talk about it. We got to explain it to everybody, right?
Something about Erica this weekend. The IRS got her this weekend. Did I hear that? Right?
I think she owes a bunch of taxes. I think she got hit. Now you gotta pay your taxes, okay?
You have to. Again. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I didn't pay. See, that's my other thing was I still owe the IRS $80,000, and I say screw it. I'll never pay them. Like I say I committed white collar crimes against the government, not against people. Right.
She
don't have real victims.
She got hit with $2.2 million tax lien. They owe over $2.2 million in taxes.
Now, like, you're not on her for not paying her own taxes or stolen yours?
I am looking to see. I think it's something with California. I think it's the taxes they own on the house. I don't know.
Like, seriously, she pay, like, and she's another one. She makes $900,000 a year. I don't feel bad for somebody that makes that much money. I'm sorry, like, poor little rich girl that you lost your. I think that you have the money to pay back the money that you received. You received stolen property, my friend. Whether you knew it or not, I don't want to even argue that point. Whether she knew he was doing this or not, she still received that stolen property, that stolen money for all those years, and whatever they can prove was stolen, she's got to pay it back.
This is like revenue, and it's like revenue from a couple of divisions in California, taxation code of the state of California. They basically, remember when they found her tax documents from EJ Global? Global. She wasn't paying taxes on anything, so that's what this is all coming back on. And
look what they did to Mike. Like, look at the situation. Like, you have to pay your taxes. Like, they put him in jail. You have to pay your taxes.
You will go to jail.
Like, celebrities, they will make. Like, I'm telling you, Jen Shah. I am counting down the days to find out what happens when she goes to sentencing. I want to know why she got a postponement, first of all. Okay. Because if I was getting sentenced in this December and I called and said, I want a postponement, and the judge said no to me, but he said yes to some celebrity because she wants to spend the last Christmas with her family, honey, you had the last Christmas. You had a whole year. And like, I'm not judgmental against anybody that goes to prison or jail. Like, people make mistakes, but be accountable. Like, and I don't know. I want to know why she got that special treatment, because I've never heard that. Postponements for sentencing. Never heard that. It makes me think that she talked and they're waiting to settle something, because whatever they promised her is probably contingent on whatever she might have said. I don't know what happened. I was convinced that she was guilty because of the mock trial. I thought she went to the mock trial and scared the shit out of her, and she realized it's impossible. You cannot walk in and call them all liars. It's not going to work. And that's hard to do. Like, I think that came over her. I was like, okay, that makes sense. She's talking about the mock trial on the show, probably scared her. She said, guys, I had to watch these people like call me all a lie, And I was like, man, she's got humility. That makes sense. That's probably why she pleaded not guilty. Then she's asking for postponements and stuff. Like, it's not going away. It's not going to make it go away. You're still going to have to report and take and go do whatever your time. 11 to 15, I'm sure, maybe 11, maybe 15, who knows? But it's like, I mean, if they give her, you don't think they can give her house arrest, right? They can do
whatever they want to. Hell yeah. And listen, I want to point out though, look at how they did Teresa and Joe Giudice. They sentenced them and they allowed them to go home. They allowed Teresa to spend Christmas, do her time, come home, spend 2 months with Joe before he went and turned himself in like January after Christmas. So I think the feds do that when it's like famous people or if they have money.
Yeah, I don't even think, but see, I don't think Teresa even asked for that. I don't think Teresa even knew she was going to jail that day. Or no, she was getting to prison. I don't. But like, at least like, I can understand like, okay, you got to report on this day. But like, I don't know. I just think it's crazy that Jen doesn't even know what she's getting yet. And she's getting, it's like getting postponed. I'm like,
I love her. I'm going to get shit for it. She's like the one that, like, you love Joe Gorga. I love Jen Shaw. So I'm like, oh.
What do you like about her? Because she's funny. I like her funniness. And I think her accountability. I mean, I know. I can see why people would want to be her friend. I think she's fun. I think that her, like, I thought that for a while, I was like, oh, she's got some kind of humility. I can put myself in her shoes, being a little greedy and doing shit. And like what I did was really greedy. I didn't want to pay taxes. So I kept claiming $1 million dependents. And eventually you know what I mean? But I knew what I was doing. I knew I was going to get caught. And I'm also not a celebrity. You know what I mean? So I could put, but like, she went like so far that I don't think she was deliberately trying to hurt old people and steal from the poor or whatever. But I just think it was all about money with her. But again, in your brain, I don't know where the disconnect was that you don't think that you're going to get in trouble, especially when Judge Stein said, don't do this again. And you just went and did it anyway and made a mockery of his court and didn't think that you were going to get in trouble. To me, that's where I was like, girlfriend, please just tell me what was going on in your brain. Don't tell me you're not guilty. I know you are. I want to know what happened. How did you get this? Like, how did it get this horrible? How did you get to the point where you have to leave your entire family screwed and your kids and your husband and your job and your life? Like, she has a great life right now. Well, before this happened.
I know.
It's amazing, you know? Like,
I know.
I hated her when she wouldn't be accountable for like beating people up and like throwing stuff at people. Now I'm just like, this girl's trying to get away with like, what is it? Like, this girl's gonna like try to get away with like stealing from these. Like, I was like, damn, I was bad when she wouldn't take accountability for Coach's party and stuff. Like, god damn.
Right. But before I have to hop off here, the only thing I wanted to say was I can't wait to see Jen Shaw throw Angie's shoes off the boat because I can't help it, but I think that is fucking hilarious.
Don't say what it was, but did you see my DM? That was such a like. Did you see my DM? My Instagram?
No.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
just you'll see what I sent you.
Okay, but I
was like so excited about it. But
me too. Like, I just for some reason think that's gonna be like that just made me laugh so hard. I don't know. I thought it was fucking funny.
But all right, guys. I know you have to go, but everybody, this is the Housewife Historian. You guys know where to follow her, and I will talk to you soon.
Thank you, Krista, for having me on. I appreciate you hosting me. I hope you guys have a great night.
I'm sorry.
Talk to you soon.
Interrupting you. I'm sorry if I did that.
No, you were amazing. We had an amazing Kiki today. It was fun. We have to do it more often. I hope you have a great day, Krista. Everyone go follow me Instagram and YouTube and Twitter. Subscribe, like, and turn your notifications on. Bye, guys.
Bye. That was so much fun. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. I'm like, well, Karma, I'm reading your stuff and I'm dying. I'm like reading it. I'm trying laughing and reading and laughing. I was trying to like, the next is a 10. Yeah, I was going to go through Reality Blurb, but it's like all the stuff I already talked about. I talked all the stuff on Friday, so nothing much really happened this weekend. But her and I were trying to get this going for a while, so I'm glad that we finally got to chat and stuff. I'm going to see. You're freaking killing me right now. And I know you're probably like, it's like, what time is it there? Oh, it's probably like 1 a.m, right? About that. But, and guys, I know you saw Mr. Make It Make Sense on here. I always tell you to go follow him, subscribe, all that. And I probably said I forgot to do it with mine too. Like, comment, subscribe. I see a couple Twitter people. I see you guys watching. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Like, last thing going on with you? Are you okay? Oh, 1420. Now, okay, you're gonna have to give me like 1421 to me. I'd have to sit here and count. Wait, 1421. Wait, don't tell me. Actually, don't tell me. Yeah, I can't figure it out. 8 o'clock? No. Wow, Krista. I'm trying to go on the 24-hour time thing, and I'm trying to think what time 14 is, and that's horrible that I don't know. Thank you, Terry. I mean, I feel like the whole time I was like, I couldn't tell if I was interrupting her. Like for some reason, when Aaron was my co-host, I think for some reason, I don't think I did it as much, but I don't know if it's because she's just so patient and she doesn't talk as much as I do, but maybe that's why. But I hope I wasn't like over talking her. 214. Wow, really? I would have never figured that out. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, that's right. Because the other night when we were talking, it was nighttime. That's why I was thinking. Because I was like, oh, I'll be able to figure this out. I remember from the other night that it was only a couple hours ahead. Duh, Krista. It's morning here. Yeah, I know. I wanted to talk about all right, this is the thing. I'm going to probably come back in a little bit and do Sister Wives. We didn't? Okay. Were we boring? Because I feel like we talked about the same stuff that we always talk about, or I always talk about, but yeah, I got to talk about Sister Wives, and I got to talk about Love After Lockup. I almost lost it Friday night. Like, lost it. Like, it's pretty bad when I agree with the inmates, and I'm like, walk away. Like, dude, like, these inmates, I'm telling the inmates to walk away. Okay? Like, it's bad. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So I'm going to probably, I'm thinking that I'm going to do separate ones, but like, no, I don't know. I'll be back. Give me a little bit. Like, I am going to go get coffee real quick and then come back, and I'm going to do Sister Wives first, because I am like, I don't know how many people really watch it. I know a lot of people after the last time I did it, after the fact, were like, comment and stuff, and like, yeah, they wanted to talk about it. But guys, like, I need to figure out. So I gotta know if Janelle, I don't know if you guys even know the show, but like, yeah, I gotta figure out what the hell's going on with Janelle. And I need to know what people think. And I am shocked. I'm just completely shocked. I'm shocked. But all right, guys. So yes, I am on. I see nobody ever watched it. I watched it literally for like 18 the whole time it's been on. And again, okay, this is what I was saying. It took me almost the entire 18 years to believe that these women were happy, like the way the situation was, that he wasn't controlling them. I thought the entire time that they were blowing smoke up our asses. And then come to find out they were. Everything I thought's true. Everything. And they're admitting it. And I'm still shocked at Janelle. Anyway, I know you guys are like, who's Janelle? All right, Karma. I keep asking you. I don't know. Can you follow me on the socials? Because I try to find you on them to like DM you and stuff, and I can't find you. I put that in. I put your name in there, but I don't know if it's you, and I don't know how to find you if you even have them. Like, I'm on all of them. I'm on social. Oh, this is what I say. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, Snapchat, but I don't really go on there. But you can find me under that Reality with Krista Marie, under all them, I believe, or Krista Marie Miller. It's the same thing, Reality with Krista Marie. And then maybe you could type in like Krista Marie Miller. Maybe it might pop up my not name, my not legal name. I'll keep you private. Oh, that's why I can't find it. See, I had to unprivatize all my stuff at one point, and I guess after that it was like open season. So now I'm constantly like having to block people. But and I didn't separate my brands, like my personal and then my brand stuff. So you'll see half of me, like half of this stuff, and then half of like my private life, which is not even that private. It's just pictures of the other two things I do, which is like crafts and like my yard and my husband. Not that I do it, you know what I mean. But anyway. All right, guys, I'm gonna go get coffee. I'll be back in a little bit. And yeah. That was fun. I love talking to her. We talk a lot during the day too, like during the week. But and we always do the same thing. It's like we kind of forget that anybody's kind of I'm kind of forgetting people are watching for a minute. And I was like, Krista, pay attention. So I hope you guys like enjoyed it. And trying to get my friend AT2 to come on with me too. And what are we doing with this Lisa stuff? Are we going after this girl or what? Karma. I gotta check everything out. All right, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and stop talking to myself now. And I'll see you back here in a little bit. I'll post a link and all that ahead of time. But guys, have a good day. And it's Monday. My God, like it's Monday morning. That'd be nice. If I could get these all out. Now I can't get them out of the way in the beginning of the week because Salt Lake doesn't air until Wednesday. All right, guys. Bye. You can't find me at Reality with Krista Marie. I know I'm not private. I'm there. Type in Krista Marie Miller. Maybe that comes up. Yeah. That's it. All right, we'll try to find me. I think I should be on there. If not, go on my community page on YouTube. I forgot I could do that too. I forgot I even had. I don't know how I have one, but I have one. But I could talk to you on there too. But I was like, where's Karma? I need to talk to her. I gotta find it. I gotta figure out what we're doing here. What are we doing? All right, guys. All right, like, comment, subscribe. What am I typing on here? Here, try this. I think I'll be able to link it. Hold on. Did that come up as a link? It might not come up. I might mess it up. I'm horrible at this stuff. Like, I don't know how. I still haven't figured out how to do picture-in-picture on here. It's so simple. I know it is. I know it's like so simple. Oh, and I also have an intro page that I haven't even. That's my name defining on there. Or actually, I forgot that email address works too. I've had the same damn email address since 2000. Like, forever. Since I should have changed it, but I didn't. This is the one. I got to change it over to the podcast name one, but this is where all my socials are at now. Now you should be able to find me. If that's not, then I must not exist. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys. I will be back in a little bit. Like, comment, subscribe. Oh my God, the notification stuff too. I forgot, guys. Please hit the notification thing. I didn't realize that I don't have to do anything. That every time I do, it'll just notify you guys by itself. I'm not that smart. Sorry. I should have figured that out a long time ago. I never tell you to say it, to hit it, all that stuff. All right, guys. Bye.